Getting ready to go here from Orange Show Speedway. This will be a 50-lap main event. Field gets ready for the green flag. It waves and we are racing. And trouble at the start. Your leader around 16 and also back here, Shackelford gets to the back of 48. Everybody seems to be okay. No major damage by anybody. It looks like just a bumper tag up front. That's the number 68, your pole sitter to loop around over at turn number 1 or 2. I don't see anybody. I think this guy is literally still buckling up. They are trying to speed up the show. I don't know if they think we're going to be here till midnight or not. But I see the 17 still buckling up. We're finding where his coffee went between his legs. He continues on. That was your pole sitter, Kevin Myrick, who spins out there. Check 1 2. So we are 0 laps into our main event here. Our 50-lap first part of the main event. We're trying to push the number 48 out of the way. All right, so also in this field, the number 81 of David Rice to the outside. Outside front row, David Rice, the number 33 of Scott McIntyre. In the third spot to his outside is the number 49 of Jim Snow. Row number 3 has the number 9 of Tom Genda and Donnie Minute Jr. in the number 12. Next row back is the number 15 of Kyle Klein. And the number 5 of John Mankey. Soares in the number 86. John Soares in the number 50 of Brandon Snow. Bruce Copeland in the 48, the 18X of Victor Garcia. Chase Shackelford in the 10. Melvin Smith in the 17. And some drivers don't have a name connected to their transponder. We're going back to racing. This time we're green flag. Green flag waves and we're back to racing. Much better start than 1 and 2. and the number 49, Mankey and the number 5. Those two are side by side, the leaders of the side by side group from 4th on back. Mankey takes the 4th spot. Soares in the number 86 in 5th. Battle up here with your leaders. The number 33 will quickly get by the 68, who slips back to 3rd. David Rice in the blue number 81. He seems to be slipping back. Not sure if he's kind of picking and choosing his battles or if he's just got nothing for this first 50. Meanwhile, up front, it is Tom Genda in the number 9 machine. Starting to put the pressure on the number 33. McIntyre goes way wide, Genda to the inside. And Genda takes the lead, lap number 5. On my timing and scoring, I'm reading that there's 9 laps to go, so that would tell me this is a 20 lap first part. It's kind of weird, and we'll get to that schedule here in a little bit to explain, but they're doing these long races in segments here tonight, so we're going to have a steady flow of different racing, but we're going to split these total laps in segments. Here you see the number 86 of Soares. Closing in on McIntyre. McIntyre will slip wide out of turn number 4. Hold on to the 2nd spot. And Soares with that run down low. And around is the number 346, one of the drivers not with a transponder. 346 will loop it over in turn number 2. Bring out a caution with 8 laps to go. Eight laps to go in this first segment of mini stock racing. So right now, your top 10 of this first segment is Tom Genda in the number 9 machine. 2nd spot of Scott McIntyre. The number 33 in 2nd. 3rd spot, the 86 of John Soares. 4th, the number 68 of Kevin Myrick. 5th, the number 5 of John Mankey. 6th, Jim Snow in the 49. 15 of Kyle Klein. Will restart 7th. 81 of David Rice, who's been slipping back from the up front of this field. And 8th in the 10 of Chase Shackelford. And 9th, rounding out your top 10, the 12 of Donnie Minute Jr. Danny French right now is currently listed in 11th. Brandon Snow in 12th. Melvin Smith in the 17. In 13th, Victor Garcia in the 18X machine. We'll restart this one in 14th. Then we also have the number 48 of Bruce Copeland, 15th place, and 16th, 17th, and 18th. Drivers do not have transponders listed, which will make me telling you who they are a little bit difficult, because all I see on mine is waiting for data. That's their name, is waiting for data. with a few periods. So again, welcome here, lowbudget.tv at Orange Show Speedway. Kind of having to do some scrambling. They adjusted the schedule twice on us. We were walking through the pit area earlier, and they said, well, we're going to delay everything to 6:30. So we had originally scheduled ourselves to go live at 6. Then we had a 30-minute addition to our time. So we had our guy Chris at home base.
We're racing.
There's Jeffrey. He's sweaty and
We are wall cammed up.
Jeffrey's sweated and trying to get back to breath. But yeah, and then they adjusted the schedule to where everything started at 6:15. So who knows what's going on? But we're racing. Jenda will restart and take the lead down into turn number 1. Sora's in the second spot. McIntyre third, and somehow we're good. Everybody keeps it in the forward direction. As now Soares is starting to challenge your lead spot right now. He's looking to the inside, the number 86 to the inside, looking at the number 9 of Jenda. Good racing battle. They're slipping and sliding a little bit. Your top 2 on the screen.
Tommy?
Hey, there you are.
We have a spin on the front straightaway.
John Mankey around, and we stay green.
I gotta say, the 18 car is dragging something interesting. Car is way off the pace.
Oh, into the lead, the number 86 of Soares.
Oh, and hard into the front straightaway wall, and may have just already hit the wall camera I just set up. Tommy.
Jeffrey, this car, the number 81.
David Rice.
He's been slipping back. What did it look like?
I looked up, Tommy. You can see where he got into the wall, but there's a lot of damage on both sides of that car, it appears. Red flag is out. Is our camera still on the wall? I'm telling you, he's literally parked into it right now.
I don't see a camera. But
Well, hopefully he's okay. Obviously, the red flag in the air.
yeah, Rice is moving around, kind of confused, it looks like.
However, it doesn't leave a lot of time in between.
Yeah, look who's back.
Oh, my gosh. That is impressive.
Well, what's impressive is this guy just was towed off the track.
Ladies and gentlemen, David Rice back on the course. I want to make a couple more catch-ups here. So for restarts, folks, you'll notice they do the cone rule here. So they're going to set up a cone on the entrance of turn number 1. Everyone has the choice of what lane they want to start in. Now, this track is one of those tracks where you want to be on the inside line, predominantly. That's where it gets fun because you'll get some guys who will take chances. For example, the 86 machine of John Soares, he decided, nah, I don't need it. The 33, he stayed to the inside. The 49 was the first taker to go to the outside, and I like how there's literally debris falling off of the 15's front end, which tells me he might have helped the 81 machine, but that's pure speculation. Restart.
Oh, trouble for the 15, though, not getting up to speed.
Lap 11 restart. This is a 50-lap segment.
So 4 to go.
5-0.
Look at the timing and score. Oh, trouble around the number 15.
That's what you get for questioning me.
I'm saying, looking at the timing and scoring, it says otherwise.
It does say 3 laps to go. I'll give you that.
And around is the 15. So I'm telling you, folks, if, as you said, if there's anybody more qualified to start late into the race, how about if there's anybody more qualified to adjust on the fly? Low budget TV.
We're working on it. So this issue with the 15 machine, Tommy, what did you see?
You can pull up a replay if you'd like.
I probably could. If only I knew what I was doing.
Nah, I don't either. But it looked like mini stock racing going into turn number 3 and 4. So we're standing, if you haven't figured out, we're standing on the back straightaway right now.
I skipped that class session.
We're standing on the back straightaway. This is the same area that we'll be standing in next month's
Yes.
300-lap figure 8 race here at Orange Show Speedway. So why we like this view is because as your announcers, we can literally look behind our shoulders and look into the pits to tell you what's going on.
I'm impressed right now at the fact that David Rice is back on the track. He hit the wall good. Like, I mean, I know the damage isn't there to back me up on this, but I mean, we went red for a reason.
I see the 15 continuing on. That's Klein, correct?
Yeah, that is the 15 machine of Klein.
So he was told to go to the back. And as you see here, we got some barber poles in the infield. That's for our barber pole racing here tonight.
We got figure 8 racing, barber pole. We got this big mini stock race, a big street stock race. Now, Tommy, we've covered both the big mini stock race and the big street stock race before, both of which I think car count-wise are down a little bit. But we're thinking, I think it sounded like there may have been a schedule adjustment at some point during the year. And that can throw things off sometimes. So, I mean, I still have very high hopes for this event, say, next year. Plus, it's so fun to see all these mini stocks on track.
Here's a cone being used
Victor
here.
Garcia missed the cone. Now he has to start on the outside. It was interesting setting up wall cameras during a race.
I bet. Had to dodge some cars.
I don't know if you saw me. I was literally running back and forth from the wall when all the cars were on the other side of the track.
Now, I've done that actually during the figure 8 race last year. And that was last year when that one red car nearly crashed into me. If there was not a wall there, I would have been the wall.
And that's why we're low-budget TV.
Here's one of Matt Crafton's crew guys here.
Well, yeah, you see, this is a big deal for Crafton's crew.
Matt Crafton. I think that's actually Paul Menard because it has an Xfinity Series logo on the shirt. They're supposed to be in Charlotte, but it's probably raining.
All right, restart, lap number 11. Green flag is in the air. We'll see if this restart fares better for these drivers. We anticipate that all of the transponder issues will have been solved by the time the next race starts. As mentioned, folks, a lot of these drivers were caught off guard, hence why we had about 5 of them pull on the track late. The 50 machine is off the pace and into the infield, Brandon Snow. Things happen fast here, Tommy.
Yeah, they sure do. 346. 346 getting all crossed up.
Hot cross buns.
Do you see a white flag waving next time by? Let me know.
Nope.
Okay, so as I thought, this is a 50-lap segment. So twin 50s tonight, I believe.
That is my understanding.
Shackleford to the inside for the 4th spot.
Yeah, I see what threw you off here. But, yes, this is a 50-lap segment. Battle for the lead out of turn number 2. Jinda trying to hold off Suarez as they have lap traffic into turn number 3. Garcia gives plenty of room. 49 machine in the 3rd spot. Jim Snow. And Shackleford in 4th. The 2 cars racing it out right now were your top 2 qualifiers in the field. Suarez really kind of separated himself from everybody else with a 15.344, over 2/10 faster than second place Jinda in the 9. Oh, way sideways is the 49 out of turn number 2.
Snow was free falling. The 49.
R.I.P. Tom Petty. Returning to the racetrack, this car had an issue on lap number 1 of the race. 48 machine of Bruce Copeland. And Tommy, what I love about 100 lappers is we treat them like endurance races.
Yes.
Now Copeland's going to quickly get to meet the leaders around and almost into the barber pole goes the 33 machine of Scott McIntyre.
And this could bring out a caution. No, he gets fired back up.
But he did not go around the barber pole, and that will be a lap dock.
And a driver on the charge right now, the 10, once he got cleared into the 3rd spot, Shackleford trying to close in now on Suarez in the number 86. Remember, folks, this is a 100-lap total feature event with 2 separate races, so you gotta wonder, is Soares playing it safe on the tires, or has Shackelford got something to beat here tonight?
Jenda is just flying and dashing through lap traffic right now. Laps 346 machine of Martinson, now going by the 81 machine who had his issues early on of Rice, and now closes in on the 17 machine of Melvin Smith, who's all buckled in. You're right about Shackelford. He's closing in on that rear bumper of Soares in the 86 machine. Lap 23 on the board, so we're almost halfway through this segment. About the quarter mark for this race.
So the 4 cars on the screen, the 17 is a car a lap down, multiple laps down. Top 3.
And here at Orange Show, folks, if you're new to watching racing from here, this is a track where bumpers come into play a lot more often than at other tracks.
Shackelford letting the 86 know, Soares, that he is there.
Lap 25. Quarter mark of this race. Jenda has a healthier lead. Here comes Shackelford to the inside. Into turn number 1, the 10 machine takes over second. They might have the super late model motor in that one.
Maybe. Now he's got a long way to catch up to Jenda there, about a quarter of a corner.
With lap traffic though, Tommy, that gap can close up very quickly. There's a lot to watch right now. Things happen very quickly at this racetrack. We just saw some bumper tag going into turn number 3. And some payback coming out of turn number 4. Jenda puts down another lap to Copeland in the 48 machine. 346, Tom, you mentioned him earlier. Squirrely again out of turn number 2. So a lot happening at once.
Nothing wrong with Squirrely.
No, it's loose as fast, man.
That's what Harry Hogg says.
His way. And then
I think the problem why he's squirrely is because he's carrying 3 digits.
That is extra weight.
A lot more vinyl than others.
Oh, 5 machine's going to go around and really locked it down there. Mankey. Tommy, this isn't the car that Mankey usually is driving. The younger Mankey's usually behind the wheel.
Olivia usually driving.
His daughter. Returns to the racetrack. Coming in. Up front, things are starting to close up with your top 3. Jenda hasn't only lost time to Shackelford, but Soares is also closing in from behind. Lap traffic, as we've mentioned, can definitely woe things up at this racetrack. Shackelford,
yeah, he's coming.
Here. Chase on the run down the front straightaway into turn number 1, right in the shadow of the tracks of the 9 machine. Sometimes you'll see these cars dip even below the line and clip the apron.
Last little tidbit for Grandpa over in Arkansas. Did you know, Jeffrey, that when I was on the phone with him earlier today, he said that he hasn't seen any of his kid or his grandkid race in 5 years. 5 years.
Maybe this will be good luck. We got a huge pack as this battle for the lead's happening. Huge pack down the back straightaway. I am wondering if that's going to be where we might see the next caution. 14 laps to go in this segment. 36 laps on the board. 14, as mentioned, to go. That's a total of 64 laps left in this race. You follow?
I got the math, I think.
Look at this lap traffic in front of your leaders, though. This is about to get busy. Jenda's going to have to be meticulous through this. Very calculated through this lap traffic. Oh, trouble in front of your leaders. The 17 gets turned. Loops it around. That's Melvin Smith. No caution.
And now Soares in the back, but Jeffrey, we go yellow like you said. With how many laps to go? 12?
12 in this segment.
Man. Let me get my ears. Can you hand me my ears? My ear covers?
Yeah. Where are they?
Should be in there. If not, they're in my car.
So remember, they weren't in the bag.
Probably in my car. In the trunk. I'll get them after.
After the race?
I can hear you, don't worry. I just don't want to hear you.
Thank you.
Well, Trevor, yeah, nearing the end of this one, and Jenda has his hands full with Shackleford. 86 of Sora's starting to pour in the mix there right towards the end of this one. So was the 86 of Sora's waiting it out a little bit? You got to wonder.
Now, this is fun, Tommy. A real fun event that Orange Show Speedway is putting on for everybody. In fact, look at this sweet puppy.
I love that.
That's a nice car. I'll show everyone here.
That's a car right there.
That's a car. So the way that they set up this whole agenda here at this track is, so we started with the mini stock race at 6:45.
Yeah. No, we didn't, but okay. More like 6:25.
No. Nope. It definitely says 6:45.
No, I know, but I'm saying
Nope.
they started.
Nope. Late model dash.
Maybe it was a time change.
Late model dash started at 6:30, right?
Yeah. Of course.
Look, folks, you can see now. You believe us. All right, you've seen the schedule. So this is the schedule that we were given. At the very last minute, they decided to bump things up 15 minutes. So this is 50 laps or 30 minutes, whatever comes first. And then at 7:15, so all these times are off, but the street stock round number 1 is going to come up next. However, it's actually going to be a combination of round 1 and round 2.
Yes.
What they ended up doing is this event, they decided purely due to the car count. This wasn't initially going to be a 200-lap race. They said, you know, guys, I think we can all agree that we can still have a lot of fun and then still cut it down. I think 75 laps.
Yeah, I believe there's, what, 13,
I've heard 2, because I was told 150 laps is what they're running.
But
then I was told they were cutting a 75-lap segment.
to 125.
So, whatever.
Bear with us, folks, but either way, you're in for a good night at Orange Show.
Goodness me. Bandoleros, that's what we're all here for tonight. They'll be after the street stocks as we go green flag racing time. 13 laps to go in the segment, and Mankey around out of turn number 4.
He has a super late model motor.
Yellow flag.
Seemed like that was kind of a weird start. I don't know if a lot of mini stock drivers were ready for it, even though the lights were out at this flag stand.
If you don't think they're ready for that start, you should have seen the start of the race. Oh yeah,
That's true.
that's how we do it.
So street stock's coming up next. I believe that, like you said, will be a 50 lapper. Or I'm sorry, 75 and then a 50. Something is poking me in the grandstands.
Sorry, you could have told me to stop.
Hey,
Hey, what's going on? So I got an amazing story for everybody.
what's that?
You know, like when you have the ultimate significant other.
Uh-huh.
So my girlfriend Sarah
Yeah.
is at home right
Yes.
now, and she helped me record racing today.
Yes, that's a good woman.
That's a sign.
That is a good woman. You should marry her.
I think about it.
You might?
What?
Oh, yeah, you're using my phone. Never mind.
Did you want your phone?
I was going to tell your girlfriend that you should marry her.
Don't put too much pressure on it.
Well, Mankey is yet to fire up.
I do like that woman though. Whoa.
Woohoo.
I could actually see you texting Sarah right now. So yeah, as we get ready for another restart, they do not count cautions.
No.
Now, Tommy, you were talking about this. If it were we were planning on being. This was actually kind of a late entry to our schedule.
This is a bonus round.
But we are going to be here at the beginning of November for a 300-lap figure 8 race on the streets of San Bernardino. You don't know if you don't like me. I'm glad that they played that song for Lester Boyer.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you think Mankey's having fun in that 5 machine?
He might be.
Got it rolling. All right, we're restarting next time. Bye. Well, can I have
here. Yes, you may.
Can I have your phone? How greedy of you. I don't need it.
Here we go.
Lights are out. Shackleford definitely ready for this restart. Green flag in the air. Stack up out of turn 4. Fourth on back.
That was an 86 moving out of the way for Snow.
Oh man, sideways driving. These things look like a lot of fun to race out here. I was standing on the back straightaway watching these things come out of turn 2. Tommy, we would have fun in this division.
Oh, I bet. Kind of have skid plate, I imagine.
Oh, they do get it sideways, but it looks like you got a lot of wiggle room, I guess you could say.
Well, Jeffrey, your top 3 on the screen battling for the win.
You mean the top 3 right now that are just completely glued together? Soar is all over the rear bumper of Shackleford. Jenda the 9 machine. Now again, these drivers are racing like they're racing to that checkered flag, but really this is to the halfway break. We have the 68 machine in the back of the track. He is completely on the apron. We got bumper tag up front for the lead.
Almost a sandwich.
Shackleford has a nose, but Jenda gets a good run off of turn number 4. 9 laps to go to the halfway point. Shackleford wants by. Maybe they did cut this down to a 50-lap race and no one told us.
Yeah. Hey, man, it's mini stocks at Orange Show.
This is beautiful driving right here. Great racing up front. They go around Garcia. Gives plenty of room. When I asked about that driver, Garcia, the other team said just look for a guy carrying a barrel.
A barrel?
Yeah, I don't know what that means. I didn't find him.
Oh.
All right, Shackleford again into the bumper of Jenda. A little bit of smoke maybe coming out of 346. I bring that up because that's the next car these leaders are going to be coming up to. Oh, yeah, there's smoke coming out of that machine. This could get interesting. 6 laps left in this segment.
I see the white flag waving.
White flag is in the air. And it's going to be caution flag is in the air. Because there ain't no checker. Because we're halfway. So white flag, but yellow.
I thought there's the car rolling over.
Sorry.
But there's the car smoking, Jeffrey.
I told you, 346, man. Well, that was fun.
Interesting.
They raced that like we were coming to the checker. Now, here's the fun part, folks.
Where did we
We
go
have
wrong?
an undesignated amount of laps coming up next for this whatever length race. On my schedule, it says 15, all right?
So, I don't know how to put this lightly other than the track website's a little screwy.
Tell me.
Our schedule tonight's a little screwy. And we're a lot screwy here on Low Budget
Well,
TV.
yeah, we were born screwy, so we're good to go. Here's the schedule.
Hang on. I see what you see.
So we did have 50 laps. But, see, this is part of why I love coming to this track,
And if
is
we-
because
This was a 50-lap beginning, and that was only 45 laps
you
long.
can't predict it.
So maybe it's a 90-lap race. You never know.
I really don't ever know. You're right. Well, why don't you head down and get your ears?
Yes.
Is there anything else you need from the car? You want to grab our jackets?
Grab what?
You want to grab our jackets?
Yeah.
Mine's in the back seat. Have fun. There's a lot of stairs.
Well, on
You're
the
right.
pole, starting on the pole in this one, Grandpa should be happy. Chase Shackleford, and the number 10 machine starts on the pole. Just outside the number 86 of John Soares. These two duking it out, as well as Kyle Klein in the 15 machine inside row 2 with the 49 of Jim Snow.
I'm wondering if, just want to throw this out, the 9 machine was right in this mix.
Yep.
And Jenda is back in the pack.
He might have made an unapproved adjustment or change. Also in this field, Snow now getting told to do something. Also in the field, the number 12 of Donnie Minute to his outside. The number 33, that is piloted by Scott McIntyre. Row number 4 is the number 8877. Hang on, where's my phone? Of course, it's only on the phone.
That's French.
It is French, I'm sorry.
Danny French.
Danny French.
I got you covered.
And then who's going to be the brave one to start on the outside of French?
I don't think anyone.
Well, I can go back to Rice.
What about this kid with his sword from like some anime show? Look at this.
Oh. Wow.
If that's our next debris caution, I know. I just want to know where
He's
you
actually planning to take off from here.
Where do you get a straw that big?
It looks like he's really ready to try to lift off here.
He's trying. He's giving it his best.
He needs some more speed, though.
Oh, whoa. We're going down. Oh.
Okay, we figured out who's going to start on the outside of French. That'll be the number 48 of Jimmy Johnson. Caught you snoozing there, didn't I? Bruce Copeland.
The record, that whole pipe just slammed into this group.
Oh, really? And that kid is so happy for it, too.
There's always something when we come here.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
We've seen people fall up the stairs.
We've seen people fall up the stairs.
We've seen a fight that started in the grandstands and ended up on the street.
Yeah, that somehow involved a driver who was in the race while he was in the race, of which he then got out of the race, and then someone else got in his car and finished the race. By the way, he also had to promote the event.
Yes, Rod Proctor unfortunately caught up in that one. Also in this field, the number 55 of Joe Perez, too. Joe's outside as the 81 of David Rice. 17 machine of Melvin Smith. Then we got the number 18, piloted by Victor Garcia. Tom Jen in the 9, and the 68 machine, who started on the front row, Kevin Myrick. In the original start of this race, Jeffrey, lights out.
Hopefully he buckled up good, because I wasn't there to help him this time.
Buckle down, buckle down. Knuckle down, buckle down. Do it, do it, do it. Here we go, back to green to complete the rest of our 100-lap main event here for the mini stocks. Shackelford with the lead out of turn number 2.
How about the 15? Turning up the wick here. It's go time now. Taking over the second position.
They're all trying to figure out where it's going to work. Kyle Klein in the 15 goes into the second spot. Soares in third. Minute fourth. Snow fifth. Duking it out with French. French holds that inside and takes the spot back from Snow. It's a good battle for fifth. 3 cars duking it out for fifth. Oh, up the track at the 48. He stays off the tire.
We're having contact, though.
Yeah, we are. Be careful, man. One of those cars open wheel.
And they all have bumpers.
What? Rye whiskey. Soares on the bumper of Klein. Klein sideways. No contact. Klein just, I think, saw a bunch of mirror of a white number 86 behind him. And Soares will get by out of turn number 2.
There's a couple drivers trying to figure some things out over here. Jenda climbing back up.
45 left to go in this one.
Possible.
As Shackelford, Jeffrey, he's opened up about a quarter straightaway lead over the second spot of Soares.
Which a quarter straightaway is not very far on this track.
No, not on a quarter mile.
Closing up to the 18X. Oh, contact down the back straightaway between these two.
We talk a lot of quarters and quarter miles because quarters make sense. You see the number 18 up the track. He is going another lap down the 18 of Victor Garcia. Staying high for your leaders.
We have a couple.
Oh, and around on the front straightaway, the 33 of McIntyre.
You're waiting for someone to take out that barber pole.
You know, it's going to happen. And you know at Orange Show, it's probably happened before.
Well, that will be a loss of a lap for the 33 machine. These two have been duking it out pretty hard and returning to the track, or just missed the start. The 346.
Do you think that we're going to go another race, no caution?
No.
I wouldn't believe it so, but also returning to the track for the first time in this race.
Now Mankey actually made it on for the start of...
Oh, did he?
But he got pushed off. Something happened with that car.
I missed Mankey there.
We got a lot of lap traffic that these drivers are going to have to deal with here.
Now, Olivia Mankey is the one who pilots the number 5 regularly, but she's off at a modeling gig. So John stepping in, He said, well, they're the race on the schedule, and I have a race car here. Might as well race it. We're your leader right now, Shackelford. Gets by the 17 machine, going a lap down is Melvin Smith. Soares wasted no time on that back bumper.
Soares is coming.
Yeah, he's closing in slowly but surely, and this lap traffic is going to help him out until he closes in on lap traffic, just like he did with the 17. Yeah, Jeffrey, that time is closing in between the 86 and the 10.
Almost some contact. Now, French is going to have the most laps by the end of this night. Racing here with Jinda in the 9. That was a fun street stock start.
Yes. I feel like we're just getting started. The street stocks look to be going next. Continuing on with their 50 lap remaining.
Taking a look. This is all happening half a track behind your leaders. This would also be half a track in front of your leaders. Blew some minds there. A little bit of open road for your leaders right now. Nothing too directly ahead. And Soares in that 86 machine is keeping that 10 car in touch.
Like you mentioned, every laps are ticking away. We've gone 18 laps in this run.
Yeah, but patience is starting to wear thin.
Closing in on 30 laps to go. Be this time by. As soon as the 10 hits the start-finish line, 30 laps left in tonight's $1,000 to win 100-lap mini stock main event.
And I'm still giving the disclaimer there might be an extra 5 laps at the end of that.
Very true.
Because we did end, the board said 45. Your phone actually might say, I don't know if the...
No, race monitor's down.
Oh, man, we blew it up.
Which is not good if we're going into a 300-lap figure 8 race coming up in a month.
Yeah, who needs race monitor? We'll just pay attention.
Do our own calculations.
Yeah. So there's first and second. Whoa, Soares. Intimidate button.
Hey, we're back. We're back on race monitor.
Here's Jinda working through some traffic. That 33 machine we saw loop it around after having a solid first round of this race. Now it's round number 2.
It's telling me, by my math, the race monitor and the scoreboard, that this will be a 95-lap race. We have 27 laps left. We've gone 24. One of these cars is losing a motor.
I think it's the 33.
McIntyre might be losing his engine, the 33 machine.
But you'd think he would have tire issues before he has motor issues.
You can see there. Pulling off the track, the 33 of McIntyre. Bummer for him. Started up front at the initial start of this race.
Sideways.
Number 55 machine going sideways. So let me give you a rundown of who's where as far as laps go. Chase Shackelford, top, how about this? Top 6 are all on the lead lap. Danny French is the first. Oh, hang on. Something just changed.
Yeah, because they're side by side.
I'm trying to calculate here. The top 11 or top 10 are all on the lead lap. Melvin Smith, the lucky dog if there were one, he's 1 lap down in the 11th spot. Bruce Copeland in 12th.
Well, French is going down 1 lap now.
So we've lapped all the way up to 11th. Now 10th. So the French going a lap down.
So
about half the field, 1 lap down. As Shackelford, Jeffrey, he has wasted no time out here. He's opened up a lead again.
Oh, trouble for the 12.
Oh, minute off the track, Jeffrey.
That car was on the lead lap. And another car goes down a lap, the 49 machine. So in the last 2 laps, we've had 3 cars go a lap down. A couple big packs are racing here. Lap 31.
Clock is ticking away.
Agenda right now, this is a battle for 4th. The 55 machine has the spot. The 9 machine is chasing down.
Oh, and around goes the 81 of Rice in turn number 4.
So, Tommy, if I'm correct, we are down to 5 cars on the lead lap.
Yes.
Here's your leader, Shackelford. Lap 36 on the board of 50 to finish off this doubleheader for the mini stocks. It's a doubleheader, but it's all one race. Been impressed. Still all green.
Considering
a lot of moving parts in this race.
Considering that, and this is the Orange Show and mini stocks, how we've done that in this segment, beyond me.
So again, this is your battle for 4th, Tommy. We have the 55 and the 9. And a little bit of bumper action into turn number 3.
Let me give you an update on lead lap cars. We have 8 cars on the lead lap.
No.
Agenda tried.
Well, I'll put it this way. We might have that many cars on the lead lap, but the 9 cars in 5th, and there's 1 car between him and the leader. So we have...
Hey, man, I don't know what to tell you.
Cars on the lead
I don't know what to tell you.
Who else does it say is on the lead lap? Unless, you know what it could be? Unless... Oh, man, we got a lot of cars sideways out of this corner. 9 laps to go. How about that?
Shackelford again putting the 17 lap down. Melvin Smith goes another lap down.
This is going to be a fun little battle right in front of your leader, by the way, because these two
might be a little hot. Perez and Genda.
Do you think they're hotter than a popcorn fart?
They very well could be. Oh, lean in. Look out. Oh, man. Well, the 18 wasn't meant to be in that one, but he did, and Genda's tired of it. He sends that 55 around, and your leader nearly getting to the back of the 55.
And there's our caution. Wouldn't you know it, with 7 laps to go, we are going to have a Saturday night shootout.
So Joe Perez going for a ride with Tom Genda sending him.
You know, we totally didn't see that one coming,
No, not at all. And you got to wonder what Chavez was thinking. Or, I'm sorry, Garcia. In 18, he was just driving along.
What Perez is thinking right now.
Well, here comes Genda in the 9.
Oh, yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Mini stocks. Here comes Perez. They told him to calm down. So, I think he just waved and said, "Good racing." Someone got a black flag just now. 346 is pulling off. Was it Genda? Might have just been the 346. Tommy, are we going to replay? Tommy's pulling up a replay for you fine, ladies and gentlemen, as we can relive this moment. They are waving the black flag to Genda right now. If I'm Genda, would at least argue my case too. I'd be like, why? I get that there was contact and the 55 did go around, but I think
Ready for a replay?
Yeah, I was just
All
gonna
right,
say
let's see it.
I think Jinda might have an argument of, well, he came down on me. Let's see here. Tommy, right now the 9 car just got the black flag. Let's see, what do you think here? Does the 9 deserve the black flag in this? To me, the 9's there. And then it's, I mean, to me, this was hard racing that we knew would end in this way.
Yeah, I mean, it's been aggressive. The 55 chopped down into the 9 right there. And then are we going green or no?
Nope, we're good. The 9 is still making his case.
Here, that's when the 55 really is upset.
And the 9's to his door.
But then you see
the 9 crank it to the right.
Yeah.
Well, he was just trying to arc the corner, right? Isn't that what Jinda's gonna say? Well, he did pull off. The 9 machine is off the track and probably not very happy.
And around goes the 55. So maybe they didn't appreciate the 9. I guess if I were going to diagnose a black flag, it's because they didn't appreciate that right hook that the 9 gave to the 55 of Perez.
Nobody saw it better than the flagman, who essentially was...
That's true. It happened right under his nose.
Yeah, hovering over it. So he's probably the one who made that call, said, you know, we saw that. As Tommy mentioned, the 9 machine does appear to make a right-hander. They don't like that very much. So, black flag.
And of course, thankfully, since we're in the top of the grandstands on the back straightaway, we can look down to see if there's any type of altercation, but there doesn't seem to be.
Tommy, after this race, will be, I believe, unless, again, they jumbled up the schedule.
They did.
So we either have the conclusion of the street stocks next, or we have the late models next. And then whatever comes first, the other will come second.
Well, I don't see that the late models are ready because a lot of them are sitting with their window nets down.
I see what you see. So we all see for I see. Those delicious drinks that you can get at AM PM.
Big. What are they? Polar Pops. No, that's Circle K.
This is why we can't get sponsors.
You know what I was? You know, when I was driving across the country, Jeffrey, and furthermore, a little bit more about my across the country trip.
Please.
I don't recommend anybody driving across country. I mean,
not as glamorous as we may have thought.
It's cool because you can say that you've driven, you know, across the United States. That's cool. You get to see a lot of things you don't normally see, especially when you're flying over it on an airplane. But let me tell you this. You can get there a lot faster on an airplane.
Sounds about right.
When I was watching the planes flying over my head on Interstate 40, as I was driving 8 hours daily,
were you a little jealous?
I was like, you know, it only takes 4 hours to fly across country. 5 hours at the most.
They did make planes for that reason, yeah.
But I guess the cool thing is that you don't see Cadillac Ranch from the plane. You don't get to see Eric, Oklahoma in a plane. You don't get to see
the desert,
the mountains, and the gardens.
Or the desert. Well, we got the one to go. Tommy, 8 laps to finish off this race. The great mini stock race.
The great race. How many laps did you say left, Jeffrey?
8.
That is going to be a barn burner left here.
And this will be fun because now the top 4 cars in this race that are on the lead lap, and potentially 5 if we gave a lucky dog, as we get ready for the restart. Shackleford going for the win in the mini stock 100.
I was just going to say, you hit the nail on the head. Snow. Oh, 15 of Klein around. Off the bumper, the 55 of Perez. And I was just going to give you credit, Jeffrey. The top 5 were on the lead lap due to a lucky dog. And Klein is going to make sure that he gets his spot back.
No, he's just going around the barber pole.
He's going around the barber pole again. He'll be going around the barber pole again. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen, but we are at Orange Show.
Well, and someone else just got a lucky dog. I think that puts French on the lead lap. I'm a little bummed that Jinda was black flagged. As a fan of good racing,
Yeah.
that would have been a contender in these last few laps.
Jenda loves Low Budget TV, by the way.
Does he?
Sure does.
Oh, well, now I just sound like I knew that.
I think you're playing favorite.
I am, because I like all these race cars. You thinking about it?
Thinking.
Dad, what happened on that last wreck? Well, my dad says the 55 dumped the 15. Tommy, the 55 has been parked. We're running out of.
You want to see a replay?
Yes.
Klein goes into the corner. Perez says, nope, I'm going to go faster.
Did the 55 get hit from behind? We're still good. They're still talking.
I see that. Let's watch it in reverse. So,
No, he didn't.
yeah, no. Yeah, Snow did not get into the back of the 55.
But I feel bad for the 55 getting this call because it looks like they kind of stacked up front.
Yeah. Because you see Klein, he's trying to shoot to the inside of Soares. Soares is trying to get by Shackelford. And right here is when Perez on the binders lifts up the back end of the 15.
I would not have. I mean, I don't know what their.
Hey, you're not the official. You don't get paid to officiate.
No, I was going to say I would not have gotten nachos if I knew they had chili dogs. You didn't let me finish.
So watch what you're talking and talk what you're walking.
Oh, I always walk my talk.
All right, lights out, folks.
Except when I'm laying down.
8 laps left.
This is the second or third time now that we have 8 laps to go.
I'm ready. They're ready. We're ready. We go green. Shackelford, your leader. Second spot, Soares. Third spot, Snow. French. And around in trouble in the back. Battle up front still continues. That's a yellow flag.
We're never going to get off of lap 42. They clicked it over to lap 43, but we'll see. Nope, lap 42.
Revert back.
Well, the 42 is the answer of life. And so are mini stocks. You know what event I'm looking forward to tonight?
What's that?
Barber pole.
That's coming up later tonight. You have the schedule, I don't.
Yep, I do. How many cars do you think we have in that one?
I don't know.
Probably like 800.
All right, lights out from the flag stand, Jeffrey. Trying it again. 8-lap shootout.
By this point, everyone's on the lead lap, I think.
I think you're right. Let me check that real quick.
Soares has been making some moves here, I think. That 86 is going to have something to say about this finish.
Tom Jenda is the last car on the lead lap.
The 49's not even on the... Well, no, I'm sorry. The scoreboard hasn't updated.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So we're going to find out here if we can go a lap. But the green flag waves again. Shackelford into turn number 1. Soares in tow. Third spot, Snow. Fourth, French. All beating and banging, trying to get this $1,000 win. French looking to the inside of Snow. And wouldn't you know it, Jeffrey?
What?
Your top 3 are the only cars on the lead lap.
So they weren't doing lucky though.
No, they weren't. So your top two are literally battling for the win right now. Third spot is the number 15 of Klein. 3 cars back from the back bumper of the 86 in second.
5 laps to go. Oh, yeah.
And now's where, if you're a Shackelford fan, you got to hope that Soares can race as clean as possible and try to get this win. He throws it into turn number 3 and nearly takes the 10 with him.
Soares is hanging it loose.
4 laps to go. Chase Shackelford in the lead. Second spot is Soares.
There's a good turns 3 and 4 for the 86 machine. Gaining a little bit of time.
Going down into turns number 1 and 2. Soares is on the charge. Shackelford looking in that rearview mirror saying, no, no, no.
That 86 is closing in. Oh, not a good exit there for the 86, though. Soares is going to lose some time to Shackelford.
And they may be getting some lap traffic, though.
This time by, white flag will fly.
Gonzalez in the 18th seemed to be very consistent with his car as he goes wide for your leaders. White flag waves, Jeffrey. 1 lap to go. Can Soares get by Shackelford in the 10 machine? Through its number 1 and 2. He gains a little bit of time, but on exit, the 10 drives away. Down into turns number 3 and 4.
Whoa.
Chase Shackelford is going to come to the checkered flag. $1,000 richer. As this 100-lap mini stock main event here at Orange Show. Soares second, Klein third, Snow fourth, and French rounding out your top 5.
That was a good race.
Chase Shackelford, Grandpa ought to be happy from Arkansas. Tuning in with us live here on Low Budget TV. He hasn't seen any of his kids race in 5 years. And tonight he tunes in to see his grandson taking the checkered flag here tonight. Chase Shackelford in victory lane here at Orange Show. We continue on with the rest of the rundown. 6th spot, Kevin Myrick in the 68. 81 of David Rice, 7th. 48 of Bruce Copeland, 8th. 9th place, the 17 of Melvin Smith. 10th, the 18X of Victor Garcia. 11th, the 55 of Joe Perez. 12th, 12th place, Tom Genda. 13th, the 5 of John Mankey. 14th, the 12 of Donnie Minute Jr. 15th, the 346 of Cody Martinson. And your last place finisher, the 16 spot, 33 of Scott McIntyre. As you see Chase Shackelford climbing out of his race-winning machine.
Kind of went wire to wire, get a big hug from his dad. Then he had to deal with those restarts at the end, but Chase, I want to go back to like the first session when Johnny Soares, I was watching Johnny Soares pass everybody, making his way up to the front, and then all of a sudden you passed him. That was awesome, dude. How'd it go?
It went great. The car felt really good, and it was
How about all those restarts at the end? Would you rather not do that again?
yeah. It went so slow. That was the slowest 50 laps of my life.
Well, it was fast to start until you got to like lap 42, but then you had to deal with Johnny Soares' eyes bombing you over there too.
Yeah, that was crazy.
You look like your dad driving out there. You're doing a great job. You want to thank some people?
Yeah, I want to thank Dan French, my dad, my mom, West Coast Collision, Precision Signing Graphics, and Bud's Tire and Wheel.
Good job. Give it up for the Pinnacle Peak Steakhouse. Good job. Give it up for Chase Shackelford. That was awesome. Johnny Soares is a grown man with a mustache and gray hair and everything. The little kid beat him. That was awesome.